The experiment that I did a couple of years ago that really sort of got me started with artificial life is called BFF. It's based on a language called brainfuck, which is where the first BF come from. I didn't name it that, although I admit I enjoyed that it was called that. But this is a minimal Turing complete language designed by a grad student. I think he was a grad student in physics, Urban Miller, in the 90s. What's so cool about this experiment is that it really shows you how life emerges from nothing, and the emergence of life is in some sense the emergence of purpose. In this case, well, what is the purpose of one of these programs? Well, it is to reproduce. If you were to mess with one of those bytes, if you were to change it, you would, in most cases, break the program. And when you break the program, it no longer functions to reproduce. So, something that can break is something that is functional or that has purpose.
Absolutely fascinating. So you said there was a phase change, which was quite sudden. Would David Krakauer acknowledge that as being a form of emergence?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I've actually never asked David that question. We disagree on a lot of things AI related, but I think he would acknowledge that this is a phase change and that it is an example of emergence, yes.
I think he would, because he has a bunch of criteria, but one of them is a fundamental coarse graining and reorganization of the microsubstrate, such that the new phenomena can be described with a simple new variable. And this seems to match that description. Is it possible that there's some kind of design bias, or like when we design machine learning architectures, there's so much information in the architecture, and in this case, there's so much information in the brainfuck language and the terms and so on. Could that have kind of influenced it to emerge in a certain way?
Yes, and the structure of those programs does change depending on the language. We have tried this with other languages. We've tried it with Z80 assembly language, which is the assembly language of these Zilog chips that were invented sometime in the 70s and just got discontinued last year. A very long-running microprocessor architecture. So the phenomenon is very generic.